Welcome in, welcome in. Our car series continues. I've been really busy the last couple of days, so my videos that usually are done in the little studio setup at home are not. Today's video that came out, this will come out tomorrow. And another kind of word of the day, but it's really not going into the depth of it. I should, but it's just these thoughts I've been having. But a shout out into yesterday's. I just was being real, and man, that phrase is go ahead and make a living, earn a living, as being a deep-seated program put into humanity. It's powerful, because it is. And I'm gonna come up with. I got something today for you that's just as powerful. It's for them that know, but with the wrestling aspect of it. And I want to break down a few words that we use and how we construct, how we deal with this, how we can change just a little bit makes the difference in a mirrored, in a mirrored holographic reality that we live in. It is. I'm going to do a whole series or a few on the mirror, because that's just unfolding with me continually. Even today, with an experience I had today with a group of people, but I'm going to get into that next. But we're going to get into this because this needs to be the foreshadow of it, or the what did Jesus called John the Baptist the forerunner? Because this forerunners for them who already kind of are in a place of higher consciousness, because you deal with this just like everybody dealt with. You have to earn a living. That statement of earning a living, right? This really is something that's on that line. We may not say it as much, but we keep doing it over and over and over and over and over. And like I said yesterday, we are creators of this reality. We are the camera aspect, antennas, right? Camera, light, real. Is it real? Is it a real? Right? Holographic, mirrored image. Like I said, one of the videos recently, have you ever shared a page on any type of if you've never, probably you might not have, unless it's something to do with your job, then maybe, where you share pages, right? Like I do, sharing it on your platform to show information to all read together to get some truth out of it, right? Whether it's an article or it's with whatever it may be that we're talking about. And in the mirror, and if you look at it sometimes when it's in mirror, and it's called mirror in it, you'll see the same reflection over and over, like down a tunnel. The ripple effect of the mirror images we see. So this is why you are used, like I said yesterday's video, used as the projector to create the reality that they can't create unless they hijack you, because they ain't that talented. When you give it up and you don't take responsibility for yourself, it's called playing the victim. They are victims to their own self. And here's something else that goes with it. I always talk heavily about quit playing the victim, right? It's a low vibration. You've heard me say that multiple times. It doesn't serve you. It hijacks you into lower frequencies, because actually when you play the victim, you have one more aspect that has to show up in a dualistic plane. Is if you have a victim, you must have somebody who's a victim must have a perpetrator. So there must be a perpetrator being played in your victimhood, so you can keep the victimhood reality that you keep projecting in the world alive and well, while you've been hijacked, and even hijacking yourself by doing it and not realizing. As much as you can say you played the victim, and everybody can, every single person can. It's not an award ceremony who's the most highest victim and who gets the most victimhood. When you increase it by intensifying it, by playing it in your projector outwardly into the world, and then everybody's projecting and the perpetrator follows. Here's the real deal. We're taking it to another level. If you are the victim, you also in your reality, you are the most perpetrator of them all. Woo! I just said it. So there's something that we need to look at today that kind of breaks this aspect that I don't think people are using it as that, but I'm going to break down a few different sayings and phrases and sentences that we use even in the conscious community, and how this does not serve us but entraps us with the mirror images reflecting back to us in the reality that we keep projecting. So when you really start looking at it, we have these things that come against us, or your weaknesses, or things that you don't like, or your very temptations, whatever case that may be. It may be all of the above, and maybe a couple more that I didn't even add. Yeah, feel free to add in the comments. Please, let's get through this, because I'm dealing with it, and it's really becoming a reality to me in this fixed holographic mirror reality. The ripple effect. You drop the pebble in the water, it rings out different levels, and it goes far away from the middle, but it goes out. It's all because it's all connected to the mirror, because the first pebble drops, and the rest of the rings, whether they be sound, vibration, or frequencies, are mirror images of the drop of the first pebble. You're the original pebble within yourself, or within your reality, within your enlightenment. You are the creator. Believe it or not, you've been creating with not knowing the script, because you've been used, hounded, and abused, which could make you play the victim. But we're not here to play the victim, because what comes with the victim is a perpetrator. We want to deceive. It's wrong word, not deceive. We want to get rid of both. If I get rid of one, I get rid of two. If I get rid of two, one goes too. Why? Because they're connected in a dualistic plane of this reality, of this mirror image we put out called victimhood, or the mirroring part of you when you play the victim. So when you have something that is your struggle, your opponent, your lack of reality, things that seems to always knock you off your real, this temptation, this opponent, which an opponent in old language, in Hebrew, when you look at Satan, it's Satan. In Hebrew, he's not what he is in Christian beliefs. He's not. He's actually helping you grow, because he's your opponent, so you get through it, right? That's actually what Satan means in the Hebrew. Now, what Christianity means is you put some horns on him and call him little Lucifer, put some paintbrush on him, and you got your devil, you got your incarnated, you got your devil that's getting ready to whip your ass, take all your luxuries, when really it's you. It's you. You're your biggest devil, because you're operating from two places. You can be the hellish realm you want to be from the lowest frequency and vibe, or you could be the freaking demigod. That's facts. Which do you choose to do, and which outcome are you looking for? Because this is a perfectly crafted, aligned game you're playing within yourself. Facts. It's a game. It's a game of lower and higher. Many people in Hinduism, in some esoteric Hinduism, they would call God played a game with himself, and it was hide and go seek. He dropped himself in matter, became fractals, me and you, and then got spiritual amnesia. Hence, whence did I come from? Who am I? What is my purpose? Why the hell am I in this place? Should I stay or should I go now? That kind of thing, right? Can make it into a song, because it's a game. So what they would say is God's playing hide and go seek with himself in order to find himself, remember himself, to build himself up, and send back hence whence where he came from, which then aligns everything back, getting memory back, remembering, knowing self. That's why when they said you got to know self, this follows what? One thing is to get to know self, future tense, like it's a class that you have to enroll in, which you do within, and there can be other things that help that. Hence, right, you enroll in to know yourself, because you forgot yourself. The only reason you have to re-know yourself is because you forgot. You went into your your amnesia state and you don't hence remember who you were. You're part of the fractal of all and knew all things. You're the projector in the reality. You're the one that creates the reality. So then you're pimped out by the system, the matrix, to use your frequency and vibration in your projector to make the lower level beings create the reality they want to in this hellish realm, because they really can't. And if they could, because they had ancient knowledge that they stole from every countries, they decided to take the low road, which was hijack, steal, thieve, and all that. Jesus said it in Gnosticism. They would call it the demiurge, right? And his demons, or his daemons, his diamonds, low frequency, uncut, not pure diamonds, demons. The words all come from that when you know etymology. Yeah. Demons, diamonds, and daemons. Yes. So this is the phrase, word, sentence that we use. And it's even used in the scripture. If you resist the devil, he will do what? Flee from you. Christian scripture for my Christian brothers and sisters that came from that discipline before you woke up, and you left that discipline. Hopefully you left it because you woke up and seen the fraudulent in it. But there are scriptures within the New Testament Bible that actually are very Gnostic. But when you're indoctrinated, you stay away from the Gnostics because it will fucking ruin, excuse my language, ruin your dogma indoctrination castles that you built, because it will abolish them with one breath, because they're fraudulent and built on a sand crap foundation of untruth, of exoteric, not fully trained knowledge of self, actually to hijack you and prevent you from waking up and being the beings that you really are when you're walking in your highest form of who you really are, by knowing self. As you start to know self. So it says resist the devil. Here's a key word. Anything that you resist will persist. You know why? And I said that right at the 12:12 mark at taping. I did. I look, because while I'm recording, time's on. When I said I look, and I kind of looked up and was like, ooh, it's exactly 12:12 when I started and made that exact statement. When you resist something, it will continue to persist and visit you, because you are giving it power by resisting, meaning you're not really letting go, because letting go is a resistance. What you need to do, this little 2-word flip of this mindset is going to change everything. Don't let it go and quit resisting. Why? Let it be, and you let it go. It's exactly like when you say you're in a relationship, male or female or anybody, whatever the case may be for you. I'm just using this as an example. And I say to you, hey, what about you not dating Tom no more? Why? I can't stand him. He's mean. He didn't get me chocolates for my birthday and some flowers. He just went out and played video games. I'm using this for example. I'm not pointing anybody out, okay? Don't get resistive. The resistance is she called him, she hated him, and she kept talking about why she was mad or angry at him. That's being resistive, right? The opposite of love is not hate. It's indifference. Because when you become indifferent, you have let it be. It no longer has power in your relationship. Ex-marriages, ex-breakups, whatever the case, ex-jobs, whatever this case would be in something when you keep resisting it, guess what? It keeps coming back. When you resist, it persists. Because you're having a tug-of-war warfare in the dualistic plane, because you're still connected to it. When you hate something, you're still emotionally involved. If you hate your ex, you're emotionally still connected, because hate is a very, very deep emotional feeling. That means you still have feelings and connectiveness to that person by the energetic field. So whatever karma comes back from it on you, it will persist, and you will continue to do that. But really deep down inside, you haven't let it be, Because I just started seeing letting it go is not it. It's letting it be. Letting go is still resistance. You're resisting giving it up. You're really saying, I'm trying to show myself that I don't need it by holding on to it. But I'm still holding on tight, and you can't take it out of my hands because I still want it, because I really still reoccurring in this frequency of marrying it or being attached to it. It's an attachment also, and persistence. Your resistance becomes that same thing you're resisting is the same thing as persisting in your life. Scout. Get that third eye and start, really, that you're a mirror image. So that mirror image keeps mirroring yourself back to you. Your reflection does, your camera does, your real is real. It's still focusing and putting that out. That's why you never get back what you want from the universe, from energy frequency, from the receiving and giving are the same frequency. They're the opposite poles, like I said earlier. That if you're going to do something, you have to, if you're going to play the victim, the perpetrator's in the script, because your movie is to be the victim. You have to have a victimizer. Facts. But here's the wisdom of the depth. You are both of them to yourself. So when you're resisting, the persisting is the same frequency as not letting and then letting go means you're struggling to resist. But when you let it be, you're giving it all life to do what it does, and you've alienated and give up your attachments to it. Big difference. Huge difference. Another ball game difference. Freedom difference. I'm telling you, this goes deep. This game has to be well coached. And you're the coach, the player, and the manager, and the owner. Let's put it that way if you want to put it in an athletic sense of a professional team. Yeah, it's deep. Like many of you, I coached football for many years and other sports. Basketball, baseball. I was a head coach 5 years for football. Coached fully 11, 12 years in high school and in many youth football levels, right? Head coach 5 years. 6 years. Let me take that. 6 years. 6 years head coach out of the 12. 6 years the head coach. So when I prepared my team, my mindset was we need to be good and we need to function as a team. No matter if my team was 9 and 10 years old, we were a team. We were coached to be a team. We didn't just show up as rec ball. We coached so well and taught so well during the week and during practices. We expected to win on Saturday. Expected. Why? Because we practice and put in the time to be good. We let things be. We implemented things that needed to be implemented. We thought outside the box. And what I'm saying this is, coaches, when I say you're the coach and the player, you're a player coach, you have to come up with strategies, because not everything is easy street and not everything is seen by the naked eye on this level of consciousness. You have to see with your third eye. So when people still say, I'm trying to let go, that's the problem. You're letting go. And when you say you're letting go, that's nothing but trying. But persist, what you inset is going to persist. It's going to come right back and slap you in the face like instant karma, because the frequency is still in the ball game that you're playing. You're trying to let go, and the letting go persists, where if you start taking it into, I'm not letting go, I'm just letting it be. I'm not trying to form it in a certain way to let it go. Because really that's saying I don't want to let it go because I'm still emotionally, mentally, and maybe even emotionally, mentally, most likely, spiritually probably not connected to it. That's why it's a physical weakness. The physicality is our biggest temptations of material wealth or material things, material lust, physical connections to physical lust and temptations, whether it's addictions. Could be food addictions, money addictions, sexual addictions, just addiction to the material world, and not be able to just let it be. Letting go is going to give you back of resistance, the other side of resistance, is persistence. It's going to come back, and persistence comes from pursuit. I mean, it's going to pursue you again to get you back in the letting go frame that you keep playing samsara in and trying to let go, which is really not letting go. And then the resistance comes, and the resistance has a persistence that the other side's going to come back and go, pop, let's do it again, Jack, because we're playing this game of persistence. You're playing a game. It's not about letting go, it's letting be. Because when you let be, if it's under it, let them be and find their walk. As much as you can't stand them, don't like them, and don't care for them, right? And are over the relationship. There was a purpose for you to be in that relationship, no matter what happened, for you to get the valuable lesson out of it, so you can have some wisdom and growth and learn how to let it be and grow from it. So when the next comes, if it's a male, female, if it's that kind of relationship, guess what? It will be the one perfectly aligned to your energetic field, because you're drawing them into where you're at now, and they will have to draw into that. It's not drawing out of something that you used to be, that you really didn't have knowledge that you were putting that electrical field out there to draw them. Because it's really not 100% about the looks. There's some really not great looking guys that can catch some beautiful women, because there's an energetic field game they play by just being confident, being funny, having good personality. Some of those things are more valuable to some women than looks. And I'm not saying that women want to, somebody who looks really ugly, but somebody who may just be 5 or 6, but their personality lifts them up to 7 to these women. They're like, God, he makes me laugh. He makes me feel good. He makes me feel nourished. And he's just not eye candy. Why? Because you let go. You let go of having to have, oh, I need all the eye candy that may slap me around once I get with them, but that's okay because I'll do it again. Right? It's just the same thing over and over and over and over. It just keeps visiting us when we keep doing these things over and over. That's why playing the victim's a very low frequency that does not serve you one iota. Not at all. It doesn't serve you. Not at all. It doesn't serve you. It will revisit you through your resistance, that will persistence will keep, it comes back time after time, very consistently, time after time, revisit you. Have you ever noticed that certain things you put out always comes back to you? Be aware and be on the game, and you'll start saying, wow, look at this. Yeah, perfect. Appreciate it. I get it. The lessons learned. So you guys have a great day. This was about, we're going to call it letting go, let it be, or we're going to call it maybe resistance and persistence. I don't know yet, but when you'll know. This is coming out Wednesday the 16th. This will be out the 17th. Again, in closing, I'm 2 days on and 2 days off. No more 2-in-1s. I used to do 2 videos a day off, 2 videos, no more. I'm going to let those 2 days saturate within 2 days so we can allow it to be seen without something else popping up and then they forgetting the video before them was there because they just seen the newest one instead of looking at the one that was before it, which may connect with the one they're watching now, but really because of humans, not, that they listen to something and don't really maybe search to see that this set up this and this was connected to this. This would have made more sense if you listened to the one that preceded it. But you guys have a great day.